Yeah,
uh,
right.
reusable energies.
Mm-hmm.
So the second one, this has gone to the fifth. The second one is this one, which is comparing and contrasting. Have you looked at this one
Uh,
before?
no, I haven't. Co-
Okay.
Contrasting urban studies.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll have a look, and I'm sure we'll learn some new things and some new English as well.
Okay.
So it's a similar structure to the last one, some warm up questions, some vocabulary,
Okay.
collocations. So two or three words that are commonly used together in English, and grammar, adverb plus adverb, and then a practice called event planning.
Okay.
So we'll see what that's about at the end of the lesson. So let's have a look at these warm up questions
Mhm.
first. So, first one, what's the largest city in your country and what is it like?
The largest city in Japan is Tokyo, and it's like messy. Yeah, it's everything in this city. We can access many kind of food,
Mm,
cuisine, and any many other culture things around the world. Um, so very convenient and unique, and many things to do or to have fun.
mm,
So it's good place for um, people who are um, curious and
yeah,
outgoing. But um, but for me, I think I am thinking about that.
mm,
Maybe if I live here, Tokyo, to somewhere a little more quiet, a little
okay.
small city. But I don't have any plan so far.
It's, yeah, just something that you might think about
Yes.
for the future. Okay, so, well, this is sort of the opposite of the next question. So, why do people choose to live in cities?
Okay. Yeah, because like I said, there is everything we need to live, and
Yeah,
many people, many um, that means we can have many opportunities to get like to get job
uh,
or
yeah,
to to have education.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's why people choose to live in this
Mm.
city.
Yeah, it's very convenient, lots of opportunities. Okay, and the last one, what are some of the advantages to living in a suburban or rural area?
S- Um, what is rural area?
Rural is more like a countryside area, more remote, smaller.
Uh-huh. But you can access to Tokyo
Yeah,
or
maybe there's not maybe there's not a direct train that goes straight between the rural town and Tokyo. But yeah,
And suburban. I
Sub,
can't read.
suburban. So
Suburban means like the city far from the city center, but you can go, you can reach the center, like not easy, but like you can go every day.
yeah, I think that's a good way of putting it. Is it's not as easy to access, or maybe not as quick,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe you have a little bit more space,
Mm-hmm.
or it's a little bit cheaper.
Okay,
Mm.
thank you. Um, um, Probably the uh, ad- advantages
Mm.
to live in suburban or rural area is the cost of living is a little cheaper, and you can have more spacious place to
Yeah.
live.
Mm.
And it's not for everybody, but probably it's the comfortable because it's quiet, less people. Uh,
Yeah.
that's it.
I think that's a very good reason because, like you said, maybe for some people living in a city like Tokyo is very uncomfortable or makes them anxious because it's so busy and so many people. Maybe it's too
Mhm.
much for
Yeah.
them, so they'd be more comfortable in a quieter, less populated area. Maybe
Mhm.
if you were thinking about leaving the city in the future, would you think more about a suburban type of area or more rural?
Um, uh, I'm just thinking.
Yeah.
So it's just idea, but I prefer rural area
Mm.
or um, a remote island in Japan.
Ah. Mhm.
Yeah. Um, in south area, there are some islands called Okinawa. Um, it's like Hawaii in Japan. It's tropical islands,
Yeah.
beautiful beaches, and ocean is very clear. And food, I don't know. It's okay, but nice weather in summer,
Mm. Yeah.
and it never gets snow. Probably,
Ah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's island, so great nature,
Mm.
but uh, inconvenience. Is that right?
Yeah, it's a little bit inconvenient.
Inconvenient. Yeah, because everything comes by ship.
Yeah.
Means it costs a little more than other places, and if some hold on please, yeah, typhoon or storm
Ah.
come hit, everything stops.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in Japan,
Mm.
we don't have what was that? Um, Power cut,
Blackout.
blackout. Thank you.
Blackout? Hmm.
Blackout. Yeah, we don't have that
Oh.
generally. But in Okinawa, in that place, people get like not every month, but 3, 4, 5 times a year.
Hmm.
It's a lot,
Yeah.
but islands, um, ev- everything is weaker than other places.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess any place has its advantages and disadvantages.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, but I think it's okay for me
Yeah.
because I have some experience in um, tropical. It's not island, but I visited Costa Rica.
Okay. Hmm.
It was 5, 6 years ago, and my friend and I stayed there for 2 weeks, and we had blackout like 3 times.
Oh.
The situation is very different because Costa Rica is not developed like
Yeah, like Japan.
Japan
Yeah.
or other countries. So, but it was not fun, but was okay.
Yeah.
And I have another experience to live in Europe and the
Hmm.
US a little, and it's very different. And I learned how to be patient for any kind of
Situation.
differences
Yeah.
and situations and inconvenient. So I think I'm pretty sure I can get by if I live in some remote island.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're more patient type of person that can deal with these situations, then it's not so
Mhm,
bad. Yeah.
I guess.
And I guess maybe somewhere like Okinawa maybe is very busy in summer, but in
Hmm.
in winter or autumn is a little bit quieter, less people.
Yeah, I think so.
Hmm. Sounds pretty nice.
Yeah, it is. So maybe I I don't know if I retire my job in the future, but after um I turned my 60th birthday or something,
Yeah.
maybe I will move to somewhere else.
Yeah. I guess that's something a lot of people think about once they retire. They want to leave cities because
Yeah.
they want more space and more peace and quiet.
Hmm.
Hmm.
And another option is move to Thailand.
Ah, very
Yeah.
popular with Australian retirees.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, I think some places in Southeast Asia are popular with Australians. Yeah, like you said, after they retire, or even some before, because
Mm,
it's uh, good weather, not too expensive.
mm,
Yeah, so they like that type of change.
yeah. And I heard that in where is that? In Bangkok, the
Hmm.
capital city. This in Bangkok there are kind of everything like other big city. I've
Yeah.
never been there, but like medical service, and shopping and like food, grocery stores. They have everything. So I heard that many Western companies are there in Bangkok.
Yeah, it could be maybe it's a little bit cheaper to have
Yeah.
some offices there and
Mm-hmm.
more of a central point. You can have workers
Yeah.
from lots of different countries.
Mm-hmm. That's why those services are developed for Westerners, I guess.
Ah,
You know,
yeah,
you know, to
to make
earn
more
money.
money. Yeah.
So yeah, maybe one day I'll try to see Bangkok, how
Mhm.
it's like.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I maybe anyway I'd like to live in some tropical place.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you don't have to worry about Japanese winter anymore.
No, no more.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my dream.
Mhm.
Sorry, my
That's
answer was too long.
no, no, it's good. Definitely. Okay. So now we have more of a detailed description about suburbs or
Verbs.
suburban areas.
Okay,
So, do you want to read this and then we can check any new vocabulary?
okay, I'll read it. Uh,
Oh,
suburb.
sorry. Do you want me to read first?
Um, yes, please.
Sorry, I wasn't thinking at all. Just say, Benny, you first. Okay. So, suburbs. A suburb is an area near a city that is neither urban nor rural. That it has a lower population than the adjacent urban area, but a higher population than the surrounding rural areas. In 2016, substantially more Americans resided in suburban communities than in cities. Suburbs tend to be mostly residential and can have a somewhat lower cost of living compared to urban areas. They are also popular locations for white collar and tech companies. In addition, suburbs tend to have much more retail space compared to urban areas.
Okay. Suburb is an area near a city that is neither urban nor rural. Um, that is, it has a lower population than the adjacent
Adjacent.
thank you, adjacent urban area, but a higher population than the surrounding rural areas. In 2016, substantially more Americans resided in suburban communities than in cities. Suburbs tend to be mostly residential and can have a somewhat lower cost of living compared to urban areas. They are also popular locations for white collar and tech companies. In addition, suburbs tend to have much more retail space compared to urban areas? Okay.
It's a lengthy one.
Yeah, I have questions.
That's okay. I would be surprised if you don't have any questions after this.
Yeah, right. Um, First question is the word urban. Uh, Maybe I am wrong. Urban sounds like same or similar to what was that? Urban, like a modern.
Ah, okay. It's not necessarily modern. It's just more uh, city areas or built up areas. So areas that are very
Mm.
uh,
Like city center.
yeah. Like Tokyo is a urban area.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
Okay. That means like busy, built up, and popular.
Yeah, popular or also with high population or
Uh,
very
mm,
uh, very densely populated. So a lot of people in a smaller
mm-hmm.
area.
Okay. No, so has lower population than the next one.
Mm.
Adjacent.
Adjacent.
Okay, adjacent.
Mm.
Adjacent. Uh, Lower population than the adjacent urban area. Adjacent. What
What?
is this?
Any idea from the use in this sentence?
Adjacent urban area with higher population than surrounding. Um, some maybe sort of like comparison kind word. Adjacent.
Ah,
Lower
okay.
population than the um, adjacent urban area.
This is actually much simpler. It's more of
Why?
a complex word for a simple thing. It more just means next to. So the suburbs are next to
Mm-hmm.
the urban city area.
Okay. Uh-huh. Adjacent. So next to something.
Hmm.
So to explain some physical
Yeah.
like order or the location.
Yeah, some physical location, it's adjacent to, and it's adjacent to the urban area.
Adjacent. Adjacent. So it's used for location, only location, or for some other things.
No, just location.
Okay.
Yeah.
Adjacent. Hmm. Hmm. Um, the city adjacent Tokyo is blah blah.
Yeah. Or you could even more simply say uh, Tokyo is adjacent to, and then another city name. So it's very similar in saying Tokyo is next to
Uh-huh.
another city.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Adjacent. It's a very new word, and I don't know if I can use it
Well,
in my life.
I think in most contexts, most native English speakers would say
Uh-huh.
next to rather than saying something like, oh, the company is in the adjacent building. They would say the company's in the building next door, something
Okay.
like that.
Oh. So maybe it's useful to eh, to tell some location
Hmm.
when someone asks me, like, if I know some places, like where is a post office or something.
Yeah.
It's adjacent to like 7-Eleven or
Yeah.
something.
Exactly. Hmm.
Mm, okay, good. Maybe I will use it one day. I'll
Yeah.
try. Okay. Pollution than the surrounding area in 2016, substantially more Americans resided in suburban communities than in cities. Um, Substantially
Hmm.
means um to 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 talk about like details.
Mm, not necessarily
Huh?
details as such, but substantially or substantial is usually an amount of considerable
Uh-huh.
size or considerable
Okay.
importance.
Mm.
So,
Like a lot, many.
yeah, substantially more, it means like much more. It's a big amount in maybe comparison to other years. Yeah.
Hmm. Substantially more Americans resided in some communities than so Americans. Many Americans resided live in suburban communities.
Yeah, exactly.
So resided means to live.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, why decided? Okay. And yeah, communities means the bunch of people live together, like a
Yeah,
city.
exactly.
Okay, then in cities. But Americans